This is session 3 of Dark Tides.
You just cut out, man.
To make sure everything was working before, but it looks like my connection is spiking a bit. Alright, we good? I think we should be good now. Alright, I'm Need for Sleep, I'm DM. Can everyone else introduce themselves?
My name is Witch. I play Haley, the gnome artificer.
Awesome. Boyd?
I'm Void. I play Malu, the Blue Barbarian.
Helka?
Hello, I am Hellcat. I play Melistra, the sorcerer.
Fantastic. And I play everyone else, but that comes with the job. Alright, so to recap on last week, after you guys recuperated from your journey to Bilgewater, you spent a day in the Brazen Hydra, taking it easy, and come nighttime, as it gets busy in this place, it's the kind of talk of the town, it's where everyone goes. A fight, like many others, broke out between Tala and Dane Pierpont. The fight wasn't so much of the issue as more of the conversation, as they were talking about a wreck called the Phantom's Ire that had been pulled up to the salvage docks. And while Tala believed it was cursed, Dane was thinking she was just greedy. She wanted the valuables on this thing. Anyway, after the fight settled, you had a small conversation with Tala where she told you about her thoughts and how it was cursed and such things as the harrowing coming to Bilgewater and reaping life from this place. Funnily enough, the harrowing started then and there as the mist set upon the bay and you fought off creatures and spectres of necrotic intent inside the Brazen Hydra. Afterwards, Dane asked everyone to flee. You headed up towards Butcher's Bridge, where the barricade is, but not before being beckoned by Tala into her small rowboat. After a small trip, you arrived at the Dreadway, where you met the Saltwater Scourge himself, Gangplank. Furrowed and annoyed at the situation at hand, tasked you with defeating whatever was possessing the Phantom's Ire and giving him something left to rule once he would return to power. After that, you made your way over to the salvage docks, twisted and demented from what they once were, all vegetation, either a hollow white or just a black dead fixture in the roads. You made your way up through the warrens, past the cracked row, investigating the hollow, twisted buildings that the mist had set upon, making your way all the way up to the Phantom's Ire itself, where you confronted Commander Ledros in spectacular fashion. After dispatching the Wraith Knight, you fled and destroyed the Phantom's Ire, pulling your allies from the waves as the beasts of Bilgewater did not discriminate upon friend or foe. After that, you guys made your way back to the Brazen Hydra, where you found Horven Beck picking up pieces of his establishment, giving you all a room for another night, and that is where we find ourselves today. You're inside Brazen Hydra. It's early in the morning. I taken the liberty of pulling you all downstairs. If you don't want to be down here, just tell me now. But everything's still a bit shabby. There's still chairs tossed over or bits and ornaments pulled off the walls, like splinters. There's a couple of people hanging around, but the place is a bit worse for wear compared to what you're used to. What would you guys like to do?
Well, I think the first thing Haley would like to do is get some breakfast.
Sure. You head up to the counter, and Porvin's busy at work. You see him like side-eye you, just acknowledge you're there, and call out, "Astra, can you get this one?" As a woman comes up to the counter. "Hello, what can I do for you?"
Good morning. Have you got anything strong? I desperately need some coffee and some toast.
Ooh, I can do you some coffee. Don't know about toast. Most of it got a bit soggy.
That's quite right.
Me
As long
at
as
the-
it's as thick and black as the tar you put on those boats, I'll be happy.
Very well. How about a stingray muffin or something?
Just I need something to line my belly. I've got a lot of walking to do today.
Okay. Got just the thing. She heads up to the back, and they've got what looks like a relatively clean cutting table, you know, as far as Rat Town establishments go. And she takes what looks like a small red orb and dices it up a bit, takes it to a pan, simmers it for about 2 to 3 minutes, and brings it back as well as what looks like a double serving of coffee, straight, and puts it in front of you. What this looks like is it looks like an egg-like texture, except it's very ruby red, and she passes you a fork to go along with it.
Haley takes it. She looks at it. She's like, "That has it got meat in it?"
Well, in a certain sense, yes. I think I won't call it meat, but it comes from a creature.
I suppose it'll have to do. Thank you.
Do you eat it?
I think Haley does eat it.
It's
She's been in
delicious.
Rome. It's delicious.
It's like a savory, slightly salty, sort of jelly-like texture, but it's very filling.
Okay.
And it hits the spot.
All right. Well, that'll get me going for the day. I think Haley pops down a couple of coins, says her thanks, and
Oh, no, I heard what you did for my husband the other night.
yeah.
You don't worry about it this morning, love. Besides, one of your friends has fixed you up for a while.
Well, thank you. That's very kind of you. Thank you.
What are Melissa and Mallow doing this morning?
Malu is actively working his way towards a messed up table, per se, if there is one still available, and is basically resetting it himself for him and the party.
Sure. You can take this one in the back right corner, as you know, you just kind of ride it onto its legs, pull the chairs from around the floor, and kind of dust it off without much effort needed.
Perfect, thank you.
What about
And then
Lord?
I just take a seat ready for breakfast. Well, for the others to have breakfast.
No worries. Did you want some breakfast yourself?
I just have my usual at the beginning of the day. No worry for.
Sure.
for the others.
Astro will bring that over, and it's exactly what you expect. It's like a fish muffin with what looks like some kind of roe or for those that don't know what that is, fish eggs. And it's got what looks like crackers, but they're quite soft. Melissa, what are you up to this morning?
Can Melissa have food sent to the same table that Malo is at? And I want to go over and talk to this patron, if she is still here. Or if she is actually here or not.
She is still here. All the people present are in this place.
Just
As you get up to this woman, and she kind of turns to you, seeing your approach, you see that she has what looks like slightly gilled cheeks, as her complexion is kind of like a light maroon, and as you get closer, her eyes are slightly fish-like. Hey, what can I do for you?
Hi, love. I was just coming over to make sure you're alright. I saw you on the bath, to the side of the fight the other day, and then I didn't quite see where you were, so I was just making sure you were okay.
Oh no, don't worry about me. I made it out just fine. I got up to Butch's Bridge without much effort at all, actually.
That's really good to hear. Oh, well, I'll let you get on with your day.
Hold on 1 second. Would you like a flyer? My job's kind of to give these out. It's for a place up in the Eyrie, you know. I work up there most days. I live down here, you know, with the wage and all, but it's an establishment for the finer folk. I saw what you did the other night. Maybe if you can handle yourselves real well, you'll have the money to check it out someday.
As she passes this this flyer to you, you see outlined in what looks like cheap gold lettering, the Fool's Fortune, and it has like a list of, you know, a small menu list, and it's advertising live entertainment and high stakes tables, and it says location Eyrie down the bottom.
Awesome. I'll pocket that and just simply go, thank you very much. I'm Malice, and go for a handshake.
Pleasure. I'm Kiki Summers. I'm working most nights, so if you want to come see me while I'm working, I can show you around. It's a weird place up there. A lot of more decadent folk, or fools, if you ask me.
I might just take you up on that sometime. Thank you very much, Kiki.
See you around. What was your name?
Malice.
Malice. It's a nice name. Anyway, I'm gonna finish my breakfast. I've got work come afternoon.
Have a nice day, Kiki. And
All
zoom
good.
over to eat food.
All good. Where has your go? Haley, your party more or less collected itself at the table. Are you going over as well?
I think, yeah, Haley's going to take a cup of coffee and wander over and drink it and clean her tools at the table.
No worries. So as you guys are getting ready for your day and all that, Horvan eventually finishes like cleaning up the part of the bar he was working on, kind of pulls himself over and walks up to you all. So, is everything fine here?
Fine, what do you
Better than
need?
it was 5 hours ago.
Well, look, you know, I didn't expect something like the harrowing to be as potent as it was last night. Usually, they fend this kind of thing off in advance. We haven't had an issue like this in a long time.
Has there been any sort of anything leading up to this happening, that things that have been strange or things just not
Well-
quite right, aside from, you know, the obvious politics?
He kind of pulls up a chair.
Well, it's funny you mentioned that, actually. The politics of the situation is this. The Buru aren't too happy. There's been a lot of business at the slaughter dogs recently. Much more captains are getting their hands on ships and taking down the beasts of Bilgewater and the Serpent Isles. The Buru are making a case that the overhunting of these creatures beckons the harrowing. They see them as a natural deterrent for the creatures of the Shadow Isles. But coin is what most people come for here, so that doesn't stop their business.
No, well, nothing stops progress, I suppose.
Mallow scoffs. Progress.
Look, Malu, you know how I feel about it. It would be regulated if you asked me, but that's not really how Bilgewater works.
That's not how Bilgewater was ever supposed to work.
I know the treaty, but some care less than I.
It's my
Anyway.
job to make them care. I will see to it, I guess.
Anyway, you've done me all solid. If I can help in any way, any personal business you might have in this city, then let me know. I'll do my best to point you in the right direction.
We will. Thank
In
you.
that case,
Just-
please take this, and I hand him a note, and I'll DM you what it says.
He just kind of like looks at you, nods, and unfolds it close to his face as to lend to some secrecy. Send that through and get back to it.
Malu also adds on, just a haven to know we have comfort and safety in your presence will be amazing for the at least the short term.
You're always welcome here, Melu. Don't you have someone in the temple you need to touch base with? You mentioned them before you disappeared for a while.
That's my plan for the day.
Right, well, let's see here. I'll get my reading specs on.
As he starts going over the bit of parchment.
Not a problem. There's a couple of merchants around, at least Rat Town. The one I would recommend is a small Triton creature. Got long catfish-like tentacle things coming out of his face. But he partners up with some large crab creature, and that holds all his wares. If you can find him, I'm sure he'd have the knickknacks you're after.
Wonderful, thank you.
As he kind of just scrolls it up and hands it back to you.
What about you, little one?
Oh, I have to find some oil for my tools. I seem to have lost the little bottle that I had. Not quite sure where. I have a. Haley sort of like steps down off a chair and sort of like beckons him close.
He this massive man like puts his hands on his ivory leg struts and slowly lowers himself down and lends you an ear.
I was wondering if you had your ears to the ground about where I could find some. And she sort of looks at him very pointedly.
You see Horvin's eyes kind of widen briefly as his head turns to you.
Come with me. The rest of you stay here.
I'll be back in a moment. I'm sorry. And she sort of like follows him, like trots after him.
He jumps the bar, grabs you, lifts you over, and opens up what looks like a cellar. In the back, as you go down, you're with ears to the ground, aren't you?
I thought that was fairly obvious, but yes.
Look, I don't really stick my nose in other people's business anymore. Back in the day, that got me, well, these, as he points down to his legs.
I understand, and I'm really sorry, but I have no connections here. I don't know where to start, and there's something, Horvin, there's something big here that I need to get to the bottom of.
Wait, you came here without a contact or anything? Has anyone tried to get in contact with you?
I have this, and she pulls out the red card from her jacket.
He kind of holds out his hand, like expectingly.
May I have a look?
I'm afraid I can't hand it to you, but I can hold it so you can see it.
Very well.
He leans down and looks it over.
Well, this is some kind of playing card, but it looks like it's faded.
It's not from one of my people either. I checked.
Look, your best bet is asking around the Eyrie. Most of the gambling dens or high stakes players, which I imagine this might belong to, hang out around there. Can find out who owns the card, you should have a lead.
Thank you, Horvin. Now, do you have a little bottle of oil or something I can take back through so the others won't get suspicious? They don't know why I'm here.
Sure, I've got some stingray oil somewhere in here. As
Thank
he
you, Horvin. Thank you.
rifles through the boxes and brings it back to you.
Now, don't go mentioning that name around here. There's been disappearances lately, and you're not the first to be looking into whatever it is.
I thought that may be the case. Not to worry,
Good.
Horvin. I know to keep my head down.
I've got some work to do back here. Tell the party that I'm indisposed.
I will do. Thank you. And she sort of like trots out of the room and vaults over the step again. Or vaults over the bar. Holding the oil.
All good. Haley comes back to the table without Orvin with a small vial. And what are we doing, guys?
I'm sorry for taking him for so long. He's busy out in the back room somewhere. He did find me this though. This is some sort of, and she pulls the cork and she goes, oh, fish oil. I can't put this on my tools. And she sort of stoppers it and then just tucks it at the top of her tool belt. Like it'll come in useful for something.
You can add a bottle of oil to your equipment, liquor.
Yes,
that is
sir.
an item. So feel free.
Yep, I'll do that now.
All right, who's leading the charge, guys?
So, who wants to go explore the northern side of the island? I have business to do. If you wish to follow, come with. If you wish to stay here, that's your choice. But I need to go regardless.
I'll go with you, Malu, but on the way back here tonight, we should probably, well, less than tonight, but we should probably stop in towards a new friend of ours.
Haley just sort of, she says, apparently I need to go to the area, so I'll follow along with you two until I spot that, and then I'll go in there.
That's on the way. You're more than welcome.
Splendid.
All good.
Oh, on the note of the Eyrie, and I hand her the flyer, I found this with a new friend of mine today.
You see what looks like an advertisement for a place called the Fool's Fortune. Big cheap gold lettering on the top, like menu list, entertainment lists, and location. It says the Eyrie. It's advertising high stakes tables, like live performances, like good food, that sort of deal.
Mm-hmm. All right.
All right, so we're heading to the temple. In that case, so as you guys head out from the Brazen Hydra up through Red Town, you kind of retrace your steps to what was Butcher's Bridge, and you can see it much clearer today compared to the smoggy overdraft of the Harrowing. As you get closer, you move through the massive gates from Rat Town, and it takes you up, and you look around, and the cobblestone is old, and this structure just looms with ancient feather in front of you. It kind of pulls out of the ground, and you see what looks like a massive spire-like temple raising into the skies. Fish-like engravings, tentacles, big teeth, ever present on it. As you cross the bridge and past the small merchants and people hollering, moving up and down from the upper levels of Bilgewater, and get close to this thing, you see the massive gates in front of you. Two Buru gentlemen cross spears as you approach.
Who goes there? Wait.
I
Malu?
see it is me.
What happened to you?
It's a long story. Put simply, I was following a lead and was practically drowned.
I'm not
I
to
have
know
to
your
take
business. You should report to the priestesses inside.
That's why I'm here. These guys are my saviors. Are they welcome too, or do they have to wait outside?
You saved a clansman. Very well. They may enter. But don't go touching anything.
As they beckon up towards the top of the walls, you see the gates start to part, and this massive arch looms open as a jaw-like fish doorway pulls itself out of the ground, and you can now enter. And as you kind of move into the courtyard of this place, you see pools of water. Let's get a view going here. As you look down on the rest of the bay, waterfalls everywhere, dampening down on the structures below. And inside the temple itself, a massive jaw arch leads in. You see priestesses paying worship, and sorcerers beckoning the waters around you. Most of the people in here are very clearly Buru, and they notice Haley and Melisra. Like some of them kind of quizzically look on, but then go back to what they were doing. Void, pardon me, I've misplaced my notes. Can you remind me of the name of your contact?
Do you need it DM'd or just out loud?
Just out loud. It's fine.
Oh, Narragil.
Narragil. That's right. As you enter in, you see what looks like a large worship hall move out in front of you. And can I get everyone to make a perception check, please?
Yep.
A 3.
Hold on.
21.
A 21.
2 21s?
That is a net 20, baby. That is a net 20.
Nice. You move in here. Literally, you're kind of taken aback by the amount of people there are in here, like shuffling about, whispering, like some of them are down on their hands and knees. You, Haley, managed to like hop above the crowd briefly, and you see it in plain sight, Malu, as at the other side of this chamber, on kind of like a stone pedestal with big tentacles around it, you see a big golden orb with what looks like has eyes carved in it, and a faint mist kind of bleeding out from the mouth of this thing. And it looks like
Cool.
everyone in here is paying worship to this orb.
My goodness, that's huge.
As we approach, I pause and I pay my due worship.
Awesome. After a couple of minutes, people start to disperse, and what looks like a priestess approaches you.
Hello, brother. Can I help you with something?
She's addressing you, Malu.
I am back to report to Naragil, if you have seen him.
Naragil. Oh. You're Malu. Come this way.
As she leads you into what looks like a smaller chamber. It's got candles and what looks like small offering parcels scattered around this place.
Is it safe to speak in front of these outsiders?
These outsiders are the ones who saved me. They do not know of my Chago or of our strife, but I don't think it can hurt to let them know.
Very well. I need to tell you this, though. You went missing a couple of days back, yes? Naragil got concerned, and he went looking for you. He has not returned yet.
Did he have any indication? Was he following the same path?
He seemed to have an idea of where you were. He sent you down to the docks, yes? That's where he said he was going.
Then
I
we
think-
best go after him. There is evil intent at the docks right now.
Malu, he went the day after you went missing. He's been gone for 4 days.
That is quite a while, Malu.
You're telling me?
Look, I can give you access to his chamber if maybe there's something that could help you there. But other than that, I cannot leave the temple. I'm still an initiate. It is not my place to deal with our brothers on the mainland and their goals. That was Naragil's purpose.
And therefore mine. Thank
Come,
you.
I will
What's your
let you
name?
in. My name is Shiguru.
Thank you, Shiguru.
As she kind of nods, she takes you up a set of kind of twisting stairs, and there's some smaller chambers in the higher parts of the temple itself. and she comes across one, and you open up, and it's a small singular room. There's a bed, a small desk, what looks like some kind of cabinet, but other than a little bit of parchment and what looks like some kind of mat you imagine was for prayer, there's not a whole lot in here.
Is the parchment for prayer as well, or was the parchment for writing?
Make an investigation check.
1. Non-natural 1.
One, you look through this and it looks like it's just blank stuff, like probably used for writing, if you maybe need to send some kind of message. But yeah, that was just on the top of the desk. If other people want to have a look around, feel free to roll.
Can I do a little investigation check?
Sure.
Okay. That is a 13.
13.
Yeah.
As you kind of poke around, you start like opening drawers, and you manage to jimmy the drawer in the desk. And as you pull it out, you see what looks like, a quill, a feather, and a parchment with what looks like some kind of skin binding, wrapping it up, and at least at the moment, it's sealed.
So just to be clear, this is a skin, like, is it skin or vellum? Like, does it feel like cloth or does it feel like skin, like leather?
It looks like it's not the skin of a human. It's probably the skin of a creature,
Okay.
but it hasn't really been treated all that much, as
Okay.
it's just been used to tie something like a ledger of some kind.
Okay. Can I do a detect magic on it?
Sure.
It's one of my prepared ritual spells.
Yeah. As a ritual.
Yeah.
You ritually cast this, and Shibru kind of nods and leaves you guys inside the room as she returns to her duties. But as you complete the spell, you don't detect any magic on this thing, but like something in the room has some waft of magic,
Alright.
and it feels like transmutation magic.
Alright. There's something in here that doesn't look the way it's supposed to. Malice. Something in here's been transmuted.
I always knew Narrowgap was a tricky man. I do not wish to pry too far. Who knows the fate of Narrowgap so far?
You're not
The
a
only
cat,
fear I
Malu.
have-
Curiosity won't kill you.
Nope, so I'm going to take a small
I-
look around then.
Sure. Roll an investigation check. You looking anywhere in particular?
Particularly more towards like the paper side, because I personally want to find any papers that are related to outside of Bilgewater.
Sure. What did you get on the checks?
So that's an 18.
18. You kind of have a look inside the cabinet, and as you kind of scrounge around the back, you find what looks to be a little brooch, and it looks like a top hat. As you kind of twirl it in your hands, and it's got a pin on the back that you could potentially like mount it to your garments. But further in the back, you find a couple of papers, and reading them, you see that these look like kind of like incident reports. And as you read into them further, you see that a lot of them are missing persons and vanishings or murders. and it looks like he's dated them all, and they appear to be from about 2 weeks ago.
Okay, I'll hold that information to myself.
All good.
While that's happening, I turn to Haley and go, "Curiosity won't kill me. I'm an investigator who got, in theory, thrown off of a boat for being too curious."
To be quite fair, Milo, it looks like nothing will kill you, so I have no reason to be afraid.
So, what are you guys doing with the scroll? Are you just pocketing it? Or
Yeah,
are you
I think
reading it?
Haley's gonna pocket that book and the quill.
Yep, no worries. There's no book. It's just like a piece of parchment tied up with what looks like some kind of creature's skin
Yeah.
rope.
She'll pocket it.
All good.
Well then, I have my new destination. I guess we best do your jobs while we're here.
To
Alright,
the
so
area,
shall we?
then. Shall we, Malu?
I
All
will.
good.
I will slowly exit, just keeping an eye out and seeing if any other initiates or priestesses want to catch me while I'm here.
No worries.
Just quickly out of character, what was the name of the priestess that led us into the room?
Shibu.
Shibu.
No, Shigu.
Shigeru.
Shigu.
Okay. Haley wants to go and find her and basically slip like her calling card, which is just like a little like tinfoil bee,
Okay.
into Shigeru's pocket and basically say to her, if you hear anything or see anything, come find me.
Sure. So you're telling her,
Yeah.
like, and giving her something.
Yeah.
Very well. If I see anything of note, I'll try and get in contact. But I don't want to stick my head in these affairs too much. My place is here.
That's all right. My place is apparently sticking my neck out. So if you hear it or see anything, tell me straight away and I'll try to get down here as fast as I can. I
Not
do
a
only have
problem.
short legs.
Where are you headed now?
I am going to the Eyrie.
Ah, the Iris. Yes.
Is that how you say it? I'm not sure.
Yeah, it is a word that the foreigners give it. I'm not sure on the pronunciation myself. But it is they say high rollers, I think. A lot of luxury and money goes through there.
Oh, well, they seem to be just my sort of people then. Love being a high roller. And she sort of like throws
Out of character face palm.
Yeah.
All good. All good. All right. So are we all heading over there now?
Yes.
No
Yeah.
worries. So, as you guys move up Butcher's Bridge, the further you climb into the heights, you see like people here have more kind of decadent clothing, or they're harboring bigger sacks of gold. As you imagine, most of these are like merchant folk or captains, or they have some venture into profitable gain in Bilgewater. But in this city, it's commonly accepted truth: the higher you climb, the less likely you are to drown. The highest levels of the city, known as the Iries, they're home to the wealthiest taverns, dice houses, and those lucky enough to have extra coin come up here to try and make it big. But unfortunately, most of those greedy souls find themselves back at the slaughter docks trying to get a job the next day.
Mm-hmm.
So this is very sort of you sink or swim kind of place. The first street you find yourself on is the Card Sharp Walk. This is home to most of the dice houses and gambling halls, and a lot of these places are kind of hives for gangs or loan sharks.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I think what Haley does is there like a pattern or an embossment on the card that she's holding?
The flyer that Melissa gave you, is that what you're talking about?
No.
Or the card, yep.
Yeah.
As you kind of twirl it around, it still like eludes those like blue, red, yellow kind of faces
Mm-hmm.
with the same message on it. But it looks like the colors are a bit brighter
Mm-hmm.
now that you're here in the Eyrie.
I would like to try something. This is going to sound very stupid.
Sure.
But Haley would like to go back to the entrance to the area, looking at the card, and then walk further into it to see if the colors get dimmer or brighter the further or closer that we're away that she is.
Yeah, as you like retrace your steps back away from the Eyrie, you see that the card starts to go dimmer.
Okay, splendid. All right. So we're playing a game
Big
of hot
frame.
and cold. Okay. Yeah, so basically Haley's just sort of like looking at the card as she's walking and trying to like see which direction it goes to make the colours get brighter.
Do I
All
need to
good.
make a check to perceive the card?
If you want it, she's got it out, so make a perception check. If you're noticing like what she's doing. If
Okay, that's a 20.
if you're trying to be discreet about this,
Oh,
Haley,
Haley's not really trying to be discreet at all, but she's quite obviously just like she looks like a fucking tourist.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, Melissa's gonna lean over with her 20 perception check and simply say, maybe be a little more discreet with that.
Oh, Malice, leave well enough alone. I know it's just difficult to see, and there's so much light, and everything here is so shiny. It's hard. It gets brighter the closer I get to the place I need to be going. So unless you're going to stand there and
Okay,
block the
well,
light out,
I will walk in front of you so people have a less sight of you.
splendid. Thank you.
all good. As you kind of move around the Eyrie, following this card's illumination, you find yourself standing outside the Fool's Fortune. This amazingly decadent entrance has Freljordian architecture, and the gold painted sign swinging idly above the entrance is a spectacular sight. This place looks like it's of money. And the entryway, there's kind of like a hand servant to take your coats, and if you were to have them, and there's a lady offering drinks to those that enter.
Awesome. Can I invoke my background to ensure that I'm not questioned at all while here?
How so? Like, how you
Noble,
gonna...
I understand how to interact and work around the higher kind of perceived people.
Okay. You go to enter this place, and you very quickly like unfasten your kind of cape, like lightly toss it to the gentleman who bows and pays like no notice to your feature. Is with a flick of your right wrist, you kind of gesture to the woman that you don't want to be served those drinks, and you pass through without them really paying too much notice to your features or anything.
Awesome. Can I make a quick perception or investigation check to have a understanding of how kind of the like service staff work here?
Sure. As you come into this place, you see those Freljordian features once again accentuated, as this place seems very like homely. But the dice tables, cards, there's a bar with like gold kind of ornate braziers running up it. There's a couple of wait staff that are more finely dressed than what is normal. Bilgewater looks like they've got a uniform here, and the service is very much like if they've got money, the table service is a thing. But like if no one really knows who you are, you kind of like got to show off your coin purse a bit.
Awesome. Once inside, I'll take more of a discreet approach to try and not attract a lot of attention from like the patron side.
Not a problem. Is everyone else coming in as well?
I'd follow alongside almost, not necessarily posing as bodyguard, but kind of that kind of, we are a party, we are together kind of motioning to get staying with.
As you go to enter, you see the lady kind of come up to you. Would the gentleman like some refreshments? As she more or less like puts the tray between you and the entrance.
I wave my hand away.
Very well. Excuse me, sir. Would you like us to take any of your garments and keep them here safely? Also, the axe. Weapons such as those aren't really commonplace on the premise. It's a bit big. You might damage one of the braziers or some of our furniture.
Of course. I turn to the rest of the party and I go, this place isn't really up to my speed. If you guys need me, I can come in, but
oh no, we're not trying to wave you away, sir. It's just such a weapon might do damage to the property, and that's not something.
No, I understand. I just don't feel like I can part with it, so
it's okay, Malu. Wait outside. If we need anything, we will call. I'll turn to the service staff and simply just go, thank you, I'm sorry. No need to take offense on my friend's part.
Pardon. As he goes back and kind of tends to his other duties. All right. What are you guys up to?
I have no purpose in the establishment, so I am going to stay true to my word and wait outside.
Yep.
Haley's just sort of looking up and looking around, being like, Jesus, Christmas Christ.
At this point, Haley, like the card, if it's in your pocket, you see like a light glow, kind of protruding.
Yeah.
From it.
Haley makes note of it, but she keeps it in her pocket. She doesn't pull it out.
All good.
Because I feel like if she did, this place would be lit up like a disco in the 70s. She's already drawn enough attention to herself, so I think she just like just sort of sticks as close to Malice and as she can, and she sort of follows Malice through as she's cutting shapes through the tables.
No worries. As you guys are kind of moving around, like looking around this place, out from the back of this establishment, you see like two doors swing open as a very official looking man, like very white features. You know, it's kind of hard to tell. They're actually very like flamboyant, and they've got a monocle on. You know, one hand is kind of in the air, balancing their posture as they move around, and they seem to be inspecting everything going on and looking over the card tables and other gambling accessories of the place as they look onto you. New guests. Now, what can I do to make your first visit to this establishment fantastic? As he kind of pushes his way up and not quite touching you, but moving a hand kind of close to each of your shoulders as to like show that it's your attention he's after.
Just accentuating the smile and just go, here to play a couple, I guess. Do you have recommendations? Well,
it kind of depends how much money you've got to spend, dear. But look, how about you play a hand with me and we'll keep stakes low?
That sounds wonderful, actually.
Very well, very well. Now, dice is my game, and I don't know if you know how to play, but I'm a damn good player. Are you still down?
Let's go.
Very well.
As Haley sort of looks up at Ellis and goes, "May I take your gloves, madam?" There's like,
Okay. Yeah.
The man kind of turns to this and kind of squints his eyes and looks you both over. It's like, are you playing coy? You're not this one's servant. That much is obvious to me. If you're trying to put up appearances, this isn't the place. I can see through you like you were glass.
Haley sort of looks up at him and she goes, "This is just play, sir."
Very well, very well. Now sit. Would you like a cushion, dear? Prop yourself up a bit.
Only if my mistress says it's all right.
Oh, only if the mistress says it's all right. Dear, honey, darling, can you get the small creature some kind of cushion? Only the best cushions here. Don't worry about it. And if the mistress says it's all right, as he kind of looks at you, Melistra, just like rolling his eyes a bit.
Out of character, lean into it, Hellcat. We're gonna try and make him really uncomfortable.
Sir, do you have a bit of an issue with the way that I treat my people?
Sir, I'll have you know I don't define to that kind of title, nor do I go with the ma'am either. You can call me thy, they, or some other non-binary such terms. I like to keep it loose around here. It's really the kind of establishment I want to run.
Okay, well, if you don't mind me being loose, then let's just go a few rounds first.
Yes, loosen
and then
up.
we can get some cushions for my friend.
Very well. As far as drinks go, you'll have to pay, but you know, this one's on me. Can we get a glass? I think she's an ambrosia person. And what kind of juice do you like, darling? As he looks down at you, Haley.
Apple juice.
Apple juice. Okay. Okay. Cider. Yes, a cider for this one. It's the best I've got. Closest thing, you know. As he like moves his hands about constantly. He throws you what looks like 3 dice, 6-sided. Hellcat. Now, simple rules. 3 of the same number, we roll again. Whoever's hand it is. If you get numbers in order, going upwards, whoever has the highest total wins. And if you thus have any other combination of numbers, the person with the higher total wins again. We'll play 3 rounds. How about that?
Sounds good.
Very well. Take your bones and roll them, dear. As he does the same. 2 5s and a 2, my total is 12.
2 4s and a 3, my total's 11.
Oh, shame. But we're going 2 more times. It is best of 3. 6 5 and a 2. My total is 13.
2 3 4, that's 3 in a row.
Very well. You win. One more time. 2 2s and a 4. My total is 8.
3 4 5.
3 4 5. We have a natural here. Now,
Oh well, luck is luck, isn't it?
you don't smell like salt yet. I take it you're new to Bilgewater. What brings you to my fine establishment? As he puts a shoulder on the table, smiling at you.
Oh, you know, came in through some more spectacular means into the city, then wanted to let my hair down a bit.
Ooh, I do love letting the hair down. Sister, that is what I'm talking about. Anyway, now,
Let's get to the real point. You have something on your possession, small one, that piques my interest. We can do this discreetly, or I can just give you a guarantee that it won't leave word of this place.
What's a guarantee from a man in a silly hat?
My silly hat is the talk of the town. I can get you one, but they're a little expensive.
Are you calling me short?
Well, you are? Well, I would never call you short if you didn't want to be called short, dear.
In the interest of keeping things civil,
Yes?
very well, I do have something on my person that can, shall I say, pique the interest. But if I lay it out, you aren't to touch it.
Very
You are
well.
only to look at it. Will that do?
That would do nicely. Because I already know who it belongs to.
Melis is like twiddling her thumbs, just like, how much money did I just earn?
Oh, yeah, good point. Well, let's just say 10 gold pieces. Because we didn't
And low
call
stakes.
bets.
A low stakes.
That's more than
Okay.
Malu's entire net
Um,
worth.
All right. So what I would like to do is, quote unquote, pull the card out and quote unquote put it down on the table.
Hmm.
Oh, magic, are we?
He looks at it. Well, I was wondering what he was up to.
Can you point me in his direction, please?
Unfortunately, I can't. He likes to keep things kind of under wraps, you know, but I haven't seen him in quite some time. Used to be a good customer of mine, even though he'd try and pull the odd bit of sleight of hand. But that's kind of my favorite. I love it when they kind of cheat, or try to. Getting caught in the act, or getting away with it, that's the real thrill, right?
Can I insight check this guy?
Sure.
Awesome, natural 20.
Oh hell yeah! Hell
Tell
yeah!
me
Get
if
him,
you
Hellcat!
stop
What are you trying to discern from him?
Mainly about his act and like
Like why
what I
you
assume is an act.
why you like this? Who hurt you?
In terms of like his demeanor and act, he doesn't appear to be faking.
Oh, okay.
But in terms like with that kind of check, you definitely know he knows something that he's not letting on. Now, what interest does he have with you? That's
I've
the real question.
I've no idea. All I need is a name. I'm fresh off the boat, as they say.
I'm usually not in the business of giving things for free, but maybe this one will be more of investment. Very well. The man you're looking for, while I won't say his name, he's a regular here, kind of infamous. He lost to a merchant called Henmar. Sorry, pardon me. Retcon that. He won against a merchant called Hedmar in the establishment about a month or so back. Since then, he's gone underground, and it's a damn shame because he got a lot of attention for the place. Anyway, find Henmar, see what he has to say about the situation, because I'm sure whatever went down between them or what was at stake might have something to do with the fact he's not to be found.
Well, for that, sir, I thank you. And in the interest of keeping things civil, as I said earlier, I'm also not in the business of taking things for free.
That's fine.
In the meantime, and she hands across the same little, like, bee token that she gave to the priestess at the temple.
Oh, darling, is this for me? It's so gorgeous. As he takes it. What is it?
He'll find out. Just keep it safe.
Oh, I'll find out. That's what they all say. I'll find out.
She
I will
braces.
find
She
out.
braces the back and it buzzes a little bit, like like.
Ooh. Is this a toy? Is this that kind of toy?
No,
Oh,
no.
I'm a little disappointed now, but thank you all the same.
I
I'm
do.
sure
I
I'll
do
work it
have
out.
those, but they're much bigger.
Oh,
If you're
someone
if
of
you're
your stature, you'll have to tell me your secret someday.
if you are in need of my services, sir,
I'll
simply
be in
buzz.
contact.
Simply give me a buzz, so to
Oh,
speak.
Today has been a good day. I've made 2 gorgeous friends. Now, you two come back if you need anything. But remember, I'm not free, Don't want to give all the boys that kind of sentiment. Otherwise, they'll just come rushing in and expect everything on my
Just
house.
make sure you have some apple juice for me the next time I come through.
Malice will just smile, tap the table a little bit, and say, "Next time we'll just play a game again instead, eh?"
Oh, I love games. We can play games. Gorgeous, we can play games all night. I love games.
Out of character, I actually really like this guy. I would hang out with him, like, for real.
It's
Anyway, I'll do you a favor and actually tell you my name because I love to know your names. I'm Zarkon Brath. And who in pleasure do I have in my company right now?
My name is Haley.
Haley. Oh, such a gorgeous name. And
I'll
you?
go for a handshake and go, "Melisra, pleasure."
He gives a very dainty hand, and it's not a rough shake. It's kind of a big accentuated.
Wait, can I just retcon something real quick?
Yeah.
Haley Luya.
Oh my god! I wish my parents had the naming convention of yours.
They certainly have a sense of humor. We'll give them that.
That is just darling. I'm putting you on the VIP list.
Oh, splendid.
And what about you, my tall, gorgeous girl?
Malice, pleasure.
The handshake goes through. It is a pleasure. Now,
Yes. This time he feels something on his finger on his wrist, I guess, from one of my fingers.
You're doing the power play handshake, aren't you? Like
Yeah.
the
Oh,
establishing
I've got a
dominance handshake.
scale on the end of my hand, on the end of one of my fingers.
Oh.
Oh, aren't you a mystery? I love mysteries.
And
But
a wink and
you'll have to
turn
tell
around.
me about it some other time, as he gives you a little wink and quickly packs up the dice. As you see it, you see him grab the handful of dice and then just open his hand, and there's nothing in there. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to get ready for tonight's festivities. Big show and all that. I've got a singer. Make sure they're actually doing what I pay them for. Anyway, toodaloo. Have a good time. You got to pay for all other drinks. I'm not a freaking charity, like I said, but I'll let you guys get on with it. All right.
A pleasure to meet you.
The pleasure's all mine. As he gets up and struts over to the back of the establishment and go through the double doors out of sight.
Goodness, he's a character, isn't he?
Yes, he is. Shall we go? I need to talk to you outside, apparently.
Splendid. And she sort of gets herself up off the chair, dusts down the cushion, gets it all nice, and then she follows Malice as she walks out.
No worries. You meet up with Malu, who's guarding over the entrance. A couple of people have kind of done double takes before they enter. The Fool's Fortune, thinking that you're some kind of new bouncer, just side eye, give you a nod or a kind of intimidated smile before they head inside. But you see Melissa and Haley exit the premise.
Every time that happens, I just give her a casual chuckle and just continue. Just
Nice day.
leaning against the wall.
Malice, I have to ask, you're going to have to teach me how to do that smooth thing you did on the way in. Too much of a blow
Yes,
China
I
shop
can.
myself.
That's no worries. I can teach that over time later on. But I do have a question.
Yes? What's that?
Why the fancy red card?
I don't know. And she pulls it out of her pocket again, even though you think she left it on the table inside. She
It's
Can I insight check that
What?
answer?
It's glowing slightly dimmer, but yeah, like as if she flips it over at all, you see the sides like change colors as well before arriving on the message.
Can you remind me what the message says again?
It says "Find me."
That's right. I
It's
have that.
okay. One
that
sec.
written. I had that written down in my notes, and then I was trying to figure out what
It
part it was
says
referring to.
it says I know you have something interesting. Find me.
All right.
That's what it says.
Okay.
So, did you find them?
I don't quite know who I'm looking for. Apparently, I did walk in and show the card, Hellcat.
Yep.
Your boy knew exactly who we were looking for. It just wasn't the
And then
actual card.
the insight check implied
just
that he
just
was
as a
doing
reminder,
receipts.
if
Yeah.
anyone wants to take note, for like expediency's sake, he directed you towards the merchant Henmar.
Yeah. Who
Yes, I had that with them.
Tobias Fate beat in a game of cards? Ah! Ah!
Who's that?
All right.
That sounds
so
like a no.
that sounds like a hard
cool.
no. Okay, so I guess we got to go find Henmar.
So on the do list is Henmar and the docks and
Yep.
whatever Melissa was after. Should we do one
The
of
merchant.
Melissa's next?
Yeah, sure.
All right.
We'll do Melissa's one next.
Before we get into that, I need to take a super quick toilet break. So
No worries.
feel free
Alrighty.
to empty the tank or refuel the water bottle.
Time to get ready.
Yeah, I need to go pee as well. All right, I'll see you soon.
you and are just waiting outside at the moment.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Malice, didn't you have something we needed to accomplish today?
Yes, I wish to go and talk to a crab-carrying, holding thingamabob of a merchant. Yes.
Is that perchance the same merchant? Oh no, I don't know that. That's bad.
Malice would.
Sorry.
That was actually occurring. Malice would just deadpan and go, "I have no
It's all
clue."
good. You gonna look for this guy? Roll me an investigation check. See if you can track him down.
Natural 16.
Natural 16. Takes you a little bit, but you ask around, and with that kind of description, most people that cotton on know that there's one person that you're talking about, and they direct you somewhat towards the slaughter docks. They point you in the direction of what looks like some kind of storehouse, and as you enter, in front of you, you'll have to move your cameras to see this because I've moved scenes.
Okay.
But
there we are. Oh,
you
here's a
see,
big boy.
you see this creature alongside a massive crab, which looks like it has knickknacks piled up on its back.
Oh,
It's-
customers! What can Shogu do for you?
Melissa will step forward towards him and go, "Hello, I'm here to make business."
Business! Yes! Yes, what can Shogu get?
I'll hand him a small parchment with the 2 items I wish to procure.
Oh, Shogu can't read this. Shogu must know to speak.
I am after some tools for more mischievous things. Should
Oh,
I have some?
mischievous tools. Mm. Yes, yes, I have such things.
As you see this little creature like start climbing up the massive rucksacks and piles of stuff he has, he pulls himself all the way up to the top and gets out what looks like a little satchel and throws it over the side. The crab leans out and catches it as he jumps down and grabs it out of his pincer.
Oh, this is mischief tools. You want this? Yes, yes, you want this.
Yes, is this enough? Holding out a gold kraken.
He kind of like comes up and sniffs at the coin.
No, 3. You must give me 3. 3 of these, please.
Okay. Nars will nod and hand over 3.
He takes them in his hand and kind of like moves them between his fingers.
Good.
And you see him push them into a little pouch around the back of this crab.
Can Shogo get you anything else?
Yes, I was wondering if you've got a plain book.
A book? Ooh, a book. What kind of book?
Empty. No words.
Empty? Why do you want an empty book?
To add things to it.
Oh, okay. Shugu, have a look.
As
Thanks.
once again he like kind of climbs around the side of this crab and rummages through the massive sacks on its back, and you see him jump down, and he has in his hand what looks like a small notebook that's got some weird kind of leather front to it, and he passes it over. It's got kind of like a purpley leather front to it, and he passes it over.
Will this do?
I'll check inside. Is there anything written inside? Just completely empty?
Looking inside, it looks like it's not in the best condition, but it's completely empty.
Yes, this will do perfectly. How much do you want for it?
Oh, book is rare in Bilgewater. Gold cracking.
Surely it's not that rare, sir.
Do you know how rare paper is here?
Well, this paper isn't necessarily in the best condition. Surely we can do half.
2 gold krakens.
I hand the book back and go to leave.
Good. We keep the book. We keep the book, Crab. Yes, we keep it.
As he pushes it back into one of the pouches.
Okay, I'll wait by the door, waiting for the others if they want to do anything.
Can Sugar get you anything else?
Nothing for me, thanks.
Are you sure? I can get you. Ooh. I get you beard. I get you beard on face. Let me find the beard.
As he goes over,
Get you beard on face.
he goes over and he gets one of these satchels out and he rummages around it and he pulls out what looks like a big ball of hair. And as he kind of like holds it, you see it wriggle a bit.
You want beard, yes?
Oh no.
Not for me, thank you.
You not want beard? It is best beard.
Maybe
I'll give you a discount.
No,
Malice will call over and go, "You'll give a discount on that, but not a simple book."
Book is rare! We keep book, yes. We keep book, Crab, don't we? Yes, the Crab says we keep the book. 2 gold krakens! Oh, we keep the book, yes. I give you a discount on beard. You want beard, yes.
No beard, please.
No beard! Does not want our beard.
Oh fuck.
No, he doesn't. He does not want the beard. Oh, we put the beard back. Yes, we put the back.
As he puts the beard back in the satchel and mounts it to the sack. And you see the Crab like kind of chitter.
Okay. You know a beard. What about mustache? We have
my
many of
fucking
those.
God, Angus,
Don't we, Crab? Yes, we have many mustache.
your NPC work is fucking on fire today, my guy. Can Haley take a step forward and ask, well, what have you got for me?
Oh, small child! What can I get you? Do you want toys? Sugar get you toys. Crab toys, yes.
As he reaches in and he pulls out a yo-yo.
You want this, yes?
As he starts playing with it in front of you.
Have you got any other toys?
Oh, other toys.
Other
The naughty toys.
Not-
Shogu has no naughty toys. No, we don't have naughty toys. No.
Do you have any metal toys?
Metal toys? Oh, do we have metal toys, Crab? Yes, Shogu has metal toys. What kind of metal toys? The stabby kind?
No, not.
I'd be interested in the stabby kind.
You want stabby tools? Yes! Shogu get you the stabby.
As he reaches up and he starts throwing down what looks like a pile of daggers that just kind of bounce around the floor.
Take your pick.
I'm more interested in any metal toys you have that look like your wondrous crab. It's a great crab.
You want my crab?
I don't want your crab. I want.
This is my best friend. Shogu will not sell crab.
Haley just looks at the crab. She makes eye contact with the crab.
You see the crab's like stalk-like eyes kind of tilt down towards you, as you just see it chitter at you.
I don't want any trouble. I just.
You must explain to Sugar, metal crabs.
Do you have
What are
anything
these?
small and metal and with lots of legs?
Oh. Something like that. Sugar does not have such a thing on him right now. Yes, no, not right now. But come back and Sugar might have something like that.
Love.
We have something like that elsewhere, don't we, Crab? Yes, Sugar has that elsewhere, not today.
Do you have it in the back, Sugar?
No, we travel around Bilgewater. We have to get it from our sources. We don't talk about our sources.
Well, when you find one, Sugar, can I have it, please?
You can pay for it.
I will pay for it.
But only pay.
I will pay for it.
Yeah, she will pay for it, Crab. Yeah.
I will give you 4 gold krakens.
Oh no! It is. These things are rare, very rare, very expensive.
I will give you 4 gold krakens and 1 of these bees.
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 What is these bees?
Bees is like crab, but they fly.
Show us the bees.
Okay, so Haley picks up one of her little calling card bees and pushes a button on the back, and it like does a little and it flies up and comes back down on her palm. These are, I want to make this clear out of character, these are toys. These are like location dots. They are not useful for anything. They can't hear anything, they can't do anything except like tell her where they are.
Let Sugar touch it. Sugar must touch it.
Sugar touches it after.
Metal crab.
Oh. No deal.
No deal?
If Sugar cannot touch it, no deal. No deal, yes, Crab.
She holds it out in her palm again and it floats just in front of his nose. Are you sure you don't want it, Sugar? It's very
Bold to
shiny.
assume Sugar has a nose, yes. But Sugar will touch it.
As you touch it, you see a little bright light twinkle as he touches it. As you see his eyes glaze over briefly.
Oh, very charming. Sugar will give you a discount if you bring B.
I would be eternally grateful, Sugar.
Good. Crab?
I'll
Oh,
have
yes.
I'll have
Oh,
that book as well.
No, we won't. Oh, you want the book?
I want the
3 gold krakens for
2
the
gold
book.
krakens. I heard you earlier. 2 gold krakens.
I have goldfish memory. 3 gold krakens.
2 gold krakens. Or no
what do you-
B, Sugar.
What do you
Can
think,
I
Crab?
actively deceive him and say, didn't you say only 50 copper for the first entry?
50 gold krakens? If you insist.
Haley just
I'll face palm and just walk out the door.
don't worry about.
Your friend is gone. We will give it to you for 2.
Thank you, Sugar.
You're welcome.
Thank you for really sweetening the deal for me.
Sugar is sweet. Crab, we are sweet. Good.
Okay, yeah, she'll take the book.
It is Sugar's bedtime now. Sugar will leave.
As he jumps on the back of the crab, and they start to like slowly skitter off. And as a note, the crab walks sideways. It doesn't walk.
Oh, yes. I want to keep all of these NPCs that you have given me today, especially these 2. Sugar and Crab. Crab! Oh my god.
Sugar is best merchant.
Sugar is best boy!
All right. You guys see
hang
Sugar
on.
and his crab kind of start skittering out the front of this warehouse.
I walk up to Melis and I slap the book into her chest and I just say, just don't say anything. And then we leave.
All good. Can you please make me an Arcana check, Melissa?
That's my second natural 20 of the night.
Okay.
Hey!
Well, it's a natural
like
20, so
those.
here we go. As she kind of smacks the book into your chest, and you like put your palms up to accept it, your vision goes black for about 5 seconds, and in front of you, while you don't see anything, you feel like you feel a strong breath against you as you swear you smell something cinder-like in the air as you flash back into vision, and you see once again Shugu and the crab like scuttling up the side of the bay, and Haley in front of you, with Malu standing by.
As though we're approaching for a second time. Sorry.
Under her breath, she'll just simply say, "Well, that was definitely rare." And a bit louder will go, "Was that you?" And hold her hand out with a small fire bolt. Oh, no, mage hand ready to go.
You say this, but nothing else happens. You just smell the salt and gore of the slaughter dogs in the air, and sailors and merchants and other folk are walking around these storehouses and the bayside, but nothing discernible happens.
Okay, well, when we're going to our next place, could I quickly write inside the book, "Was that you?" With a question mark.
Sure, you can do that.
Awesome, and I won't touch that page again. I'll only write in other pages from this point forward.
All good. What are you guys doing now? You've met the merchant Shugu. Or what's the next order of business?
He's not the one that got beaten in cards. So we need to go
Alright.
find him.
It was
I mean,
not
he'd
Shugu.
probably lose in the
I mean,
cards.
maybe it was, and he just looks like that now.
I can confidently
No,
tell you
different
it was not Shugu.
Okay.
I will give you that
Yeah,
one. It
he's
was
not
not
his
Shugu.
fault.
Okay, just massively overthinking that then. Splendid. Yeah, maybe we should try and what time of day is it now? Because we've had quite a big day.
It's like later in the afternoon. Like it's getting around 3 to 4. You've been walking around, like seeing the city and the sights of Bilgewater a bit more today. But yeah, for new folk, it's a bit of a journey to get around this place.
I don't know about you two, but I'm starving.
Ooh. All right.
Right.
You guys
I
gonna
do
look
need
for
to
somewhere
head
to
back
eat?
I do need to head to those docks. Do we head to the marketplace?
Yeah, I'm sure I can find something to eat there.
All right.
Would I know? Is there a marketplace at the docks?
Of course there will be.
Yes, there is. Give me 1 minute, and let me just get this up. Okay, so you would know that there is a marketplace very close to the slaughtered docks. You know that there's a lot of butcheries set up along there. They kind of buy the eating worthy materials from the massive creatures that a lot of captains and hunting parties bring in and then carve up to get ivory, special components, or foods for eating. But yeah, that would be a good place to look.
I recommend the docks, but anyone have any objections?
Lead the way, Mallow. I'm starving. I really want one of those egg things that I had earlier. Those eggy things. Don't know what that was. Splendid.
All good. You guys start to move over. Just realized we haven't had music for a little bit. Let me get that going real quick. As you move over, can I get a perception check from
everyone?
all of you as you get closer to this place?
11.
Am I okay to give myself disadvantage because I want to be hit down in book recounting?
No, because this doesn't require sight.
Okay, 14.
That is a 19, baby.
19. Haley, this hits you first.
Oh, the stink.
The smell
Yep.
of this place is something else. As you move closer, the smell of what you imagine is some mix between fish and monstrosity hits your nose. But as you look on, this place is packed. You see full crews running up and down the docks, pools of blood running into the water, massive carving bays up the side of the banks with cranes and mounting equipment for workers to climb these monstrosities that have been pulled up on shore.
I'm looking at the bottom left-hand corner. That's where we are now, right?
Yeah. I'll move.
Right.
I'll move everyone, so everyone can see. But
stinky.
Off to your right, you see all of this, but to your left, there is what's called Blood Street, and this is where most of the wholesale for these creatures that the hunters and captains bring in happens before it goes to any other market. You see, imagine like a fish market, like all of them calling out their prices, trying to one up each other, like advertising bulk, advertising catch of the day. It's incredibly loud and rambunctious, and you know that it's getting later, and they're probably dropping their prices at this point.
Yep, Haley's
closing up.
gonna pull her scarf up over her face, over her mouth and nose.
All good. And the rest of you, like somewhat later, the same thing hits you. But yeah, off to your right is the slaughter docks itself, and off to the left is Blood Street. Whatever you want to check out first is up to you.
I hope the smell doesn't disappetize you.
Oh, and you wonder why I don't eat meat, Malu? This is heinous.
Yes.
Can you just, is there somewhere around here we can get strong coffee or a strong drink to drown out the visceral smell of this place?
I guess the best place for that would be back at the tavern, but...
Well, isn't that Blood Street? Can we not just go down there? Whatever they sell down here would have to be good enough for the sailors, so it'd be good enough for us.
Haley, I don't think that's saying much.
I think you might be right, Malice, but at the moment I just need to not look at whatever this is.
Alrighty. So looking up Blood Street, like I imagine you kind of veer off in that direction to avoid the gore of the slaughter docks themselves. You see many stalls lined up. Like one of them looks like it's peddling ivory, like massive teeth and like rib cage segments. It looks like they've got some kind of storehouse out back for the larger pieces, and it looks like there's, funnily enough, architects with big pads of parchment scrawling out structures that involve these implements of these beasts. Further up, you see what looks like kind of like a magic, more arcane-like shop filled with eyeballs. Looks like certain scales in Ray supply here. There's certain like gem-like structures, ambers, as well, and a lot of other weird knickknacks that look like they've come of some kind of creature. To the right, there's plenty of actual butcheries that are peddling
the flesh of abyssal eyes, dragon sharks, naga, corsairs, all of these different types of creatures. But anything you might want to try is up to you. It's not just meat, funnily enough. There's types of seaweed on sale here, certain fruits that have been pulled from the reefs around Bilgewater as well, that look, very aquatic, like egg-like, maybe spongy, all that kind of stuff is present here.
Okay. I think Haley's probably gonna, she doesn't really know much what anything is except for seaweed. Like, she sees seaweed and she knows it's seaweed, so she goes and gets some seaweed.
Hey, little S, what can I do you for?
Is there any possibility that you could deep fry that? And she just points at this big wad of kelp.
Deep fry the kelp?
Aye.
Oh, not something I've done myself, but should be a problem. I've got a vat under here if you don't mind me using that.
No, of course not.
Very well. I'll get you a stick to eat it on. 1 second. As he kind of gets what looks like imagine like a chicken bone, but like longer and thinner and more sturdy.
Yeah.
Pulls one of those out of a jar. You imagine this is probably from some creature. Mounts a wad of seaweed on it. Puts it in the fryer for a couple of minutes. Takes it out and hands it to you, and it's very crispy. And it actually smells pretty amazing.
Yeah.
It's like a very aroma, sort of almost green tea like.
Yeah, like salty, crunchy, delicious.
Yeah.
Yeah. How much do I owe you?
You know what? It was gonna go off anyway. It's the end of the day. Just take it.
Oh, many thanks. And she just sort of like when little kids have like that big thing of candy floss. It's like that, but it's deep fried seaweed.
Deep fried stew. Hey, Martha, we should start doing this actually. That smells pretty tasty. As he's like nodding at his wife, and you see them like discussing.
Yeah, I give her a thumbs up, like, eh.
So just nods along as her eyes widen a bit. But yeah.
Yeah.
What about the rest of you? Looking into anything here?
It's a tough one. I'm trying to follow some semblance of very minimal leads in the slaughter docks for.
You can ask if anyone's seen him.
Pursuit of Naraka, yes.
Yeah. You asking? There's the ivory salesman, like a bunch of butchery guys, or the more like arcane wares up Blood Street a bit.
No, it's gonna be the butcher. I would have thought.
Sure. Hey, big man. What can I get for you? Got a great deal on Abyssal Eye. They're a little smaller than what you'd expect, but just makes them more tart, you know.
Unfortunately, I'm here on business. I'm looking for something.
Oh, business. All right.
About 3 or 4 days ago, had a boo pass through this way, kind of
Boo.
searching things out, looking for me, perhaps.
What do you look like? Older gentleman or woman?
Slightly lighter skin than mine. Boo, but lighter complexion.
Right. A couple of days ago.
A couple of days ago, yeah.
Oh, was working, but look, I'm meant to be selling the rest of my stock. If there's a bit of coin in it, I'll tell you what I know.
I pass over 2 silver to start.
Thank you. All right, now here's what I saw. There was some older, light-skinned buru, bit of gold tattoo. You know, it's easy to spot them around here because most of you don't come around to see the slaughter of your sacred creatures and all that. But my respects, of course. But yeah, he was asking around up at the more magically inclined guy up there. He's always got the weird wares, you know. He's getting stuff out of narwhals, bits of amber and all that. But he was poking around for about an hour. That's why I remember. Didn't seem to really know what he wanted.
Thank you.
No, you're
You've been a
welcome.
great help.
Yeah, you have a good day, and if I can package any of this up for you, just let me know.
I'm sorry, I'm not in a hungry state right now.
Not a problem. All right, fresh fish, come get it. As he turns his attention back towards the crowd.
The crowds, yeah. I make my way over to the magician salesman, or the magics salesman that you pointed out.
Hello. What can I help you with, large man?
I'm in pursuit of a fellow brewer who hopefully passed through here a few days ago. Does any of this ring a bell?
I get many brew visitors. Your mages frequent my wares. But I do remember a man a couple of days ago. Why?
He was searching for somebody rather than something. Unfortunately, that somebody was me, and I can't seem to find him now. So the shoe is on the other foot, per se.
He did mention he was looking for a brawny such man. Well, he went and saw a group of Fortune's men. Now that I think about it, after that they sailed off. I know because he came back through here with them later in that day. But yeah, he didn't look uncomfortable, and they looked like they were asking him for direction, if anything.
But he didn't go on the boat with them.
Well, we're a bit far away from the port itself. I just know he was with one of our crews.
Heading
You know,
towards
soldiers
the
of fortune and all that.
Yes,
Really
yes.
been keeping the place tidy. I'll say that.
Tidy's one word to put for it, for sure.
Oh
It's
well,
a new style of leadership, I must admit.
I don't like having to pay Gangplank's taxes like I used to. It's quite the refreshing sort of management. I also feel like they're not going to break my wrists if I can't pay.
No. Their attentions have turned elsewhere.
Well, politics aside, I hope you find your friend as he was hoping to find you.
Thank you. Thank you for your help as well. I toss him a silver.
Ah, thank you. I appreciate your appreciation. As he goes back to polishing what looks like some amber reliquary that he's mounted into a bit of stone.
I rejoin the party. I've found what I need to here at the docks. Looks like my paper trail might just continue. Do you guys need anything else?
I don't think so. I'm feeling a lot better after eating. Malice?
We've got a couple.
Malice will look up from her book and be like, "Oh, right, we were here for food. Oh, I'll eat back at the inn. Yes."
No
Actually,
worries.
there's
We have a
one thing. What was the name of the gentleman? Malice, what was the name of the gentleman that the fella in the funny hat told us about earlier?
Hedmar.
Hedmar.
Henma, yes.
Henmar.
Oh, hen? Oh, okay. Whoops.
Oh, turns out we're both stupid.
Oh, no, I just heard a D.
That is a reminder, not a you're fucking stupid.
Henmar. I wonder if and Haley just sort of sticks her head into the magic man's shop, and she says, "Good afternoon.
Hello.
Do you know where I could find a man named Henmar?"
Henma? Well, yes. Funnily enough, I do. He's quite the name around here. He oversees the bid house. It's kind of an auctionary area. The real pricey or unique items make their way there. And if you need to get some kind of certificate of wholesale or business,
Or
that's also where you go.
authenticity?
Yes, authenticity would be something they deal with as well. If you're trying to ledger a ship or register a ship's manifest, that's close by to the bid house as well.
Ah, lovely. Thank you very much for your help, sir. Have a lovely rest of your day. And then Haley just sort of sticks her head back out and she goes, we need to go to the auction house to find Hanmar, but I don't know if I can be bothered doing that today.
The auction house or the bid house?
The bid house. Sorry, they call them auction houses back home.
Of course. Yeah, no worries. I don't mind. Do we have time? We've probably got a couple more hours of sunup. Do we want to head my way then? Or your way?
I'm more than happy to be along for the ride, Malu. Take us away.
To the boat docks.
All good. It takes you a little bit longer, but you know, as it's kind of getting to a more violet kind of evening, as the light's dimming, going up the docks, you see what is unmistakably a Soldiers of Fortune ship. The masted sails. They have two guns crossed over each other, pointing downwards, and behind it what looks like some kind of plate with two tentacles moving up the side as it's sitting in port, and you see a crew loading things into it.
Question for the DM. Do
Yes.
I recognize this boat?
You do not.
Okay.
You're not familiar with this crew.
In that case, I am happy to walk up and approach.
Oi! All attention, you lot! Potential customers. Hello, what can I potentially be doing for you this fine evening? As it looks like the first mate has come out to address you.
I'm following a paper trail for an esteemed colleague of mine. You perhaps haven't had any communication with Narragil over the last couple of days, have you?
Well, funnily enough, I have. He got us and the rest of my crew to take him out to some more or less offshore island. It's a dangerous journey, so funnily enough, he was paying a good wage. He seemed to be looking for some Buru friend of his, but well, that wouldn't happen to be you, would it?
That's the unfortunate thing. That may or may not be me. Is he perchance still on that island? Or...
Well, here's the thing. When we got there, it wasn't just our ship pulled up on shore. In fact, it's been a bit of an issue for us and Fortune herself since he was donning our colours and flag. We had the mind to sink it there and then, but he didn't want us to. And considering he was the client paying, we decided against it. But she's aware of the situation, and we're looking into the ship as it currently stands.
Did you catch a name for the boat?
There's no name mentioned on the sides, and it's not something I've seen in port as of recent yet. But your friend did mention a name to it. He said it was Jack's boat. I don't know who Jack is off the top of my head, but he said it as if it was something we should know, right, boys? Hey! As they all jeer out. Look,
Hey.
that's as helpful as I can be, really. I don't have anything else for you. We were just doing the job. It's that simple.
That's always the way with you boys, isn't it? Just following orders.
Hey, what's that supposed to mean?
Nothing. Don't worry. Thank you for everything. You've been a great help, even with the Jack's boat.
Yeah, sod off. Next time I won't tell you about your missing friend, if you're gonna be rude about it. Hey, you lot, we got business. Fortune want us to meet real soon, so get those sails up as he pulls the gangplank off the side of the bow, and you see them casting sails and moving out into the bay.
Well, there's my answer. That's gonna have to wait for another day, Dodo, guys. What
All
else?
good.
So in other words, we might have to pay a visit to Scoin before too long.
We may need to commandeer a ship, and I think we know whom. Yes, Scoin would be the perfect opportunity for that.
All good. So what are you guys doing? It's about pardon me. It's about 6 going on 6 in the evening at this point. It's starting to get dark, and Bilgewater isn't the best lit of places, and it doesn't have a great reputation at night either.
Back to the inn, shall we?
We've had a lot of walking done today. I think rest is appropriate.
No worries. You guys head back to, I imagine, the Brazen Hydra, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Not a problem. Let me bring that up.
Melis will make sure she gets some food before going to her room.
Not a problem. As a note, Kiki is not in the tavern. There's a bunch of other people in here at this point, like drinking and eating. And 2 characters that you might remember that are currently present, hanging around. Dane up at the bar, and Tala at a table to the back.
Okay, so retconning moving over there, gonna whisper to the group, are we going to go talk to her or not? Clap, clap.
We have no reason not to. Whether or not we bring up the events of the other day is another matter, but
Well,
there's no harm in being
I do
friendly.
believe we were told that we would be contacted first.
I think we should. She kind of owes us money, so we should. Yeah.
We can approach that subject if it comes up, but now pleasantries are certainly in order. Let's mingle.
All right. What are you guys up to?
Haley's gonna go and get a cup of coffee from Astra because Astra made the good one for her in the morning.
Hey, you're back.
Hello, Astra. Can I please have another one of your fantastic coffees?
Yeah, you sure can, love.
Splendid, thank you.
You don't want my husband to make it. He'll just ruin the batch.
No, I trust you. It's safe in your hands.
Isn't it close to bedtime, though? Are you sure you want this coffee now?
No, I have to. Okay, hang on, real quick before I do any more roleplay. B Sharper has just gifted 5 tier 1 subs to people in the community. So big round of applause for him. Woo! That's my man. Out here looking out for my community. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Thanks very
Sorry,
much.
that's fucking rad. Thank you so much.
It's that's worth interjecting for sure. So you're moving up, getting coffee. She makes it, brings it out to you, and it's once again what looks like a double shot. She doesn't go soft on servings.
Oh no. Haley sort of takes it and looks at it and then looks back at her with like this expression of pure gratitude, like, thank you so much. I have so much writing to do.
All good. The rest of you, what are you up to?
Hello, I wouldn't mind some food, please.
It looks like table service isn't a thing, so you're up at the counter as well.
Yeah, I'm up at the counter.
Horvin comes over. Oh, Melis, what can I get you?
Something hearty, please.
Hearty. Oh, look, all right.
Well, you
minus the
asked for it.
alcohol.
Minus the alcohol? I thought you said hearty.
Sorry. Well,
You like scoy and you always had a weak stomach. Anyway, he turns around, goes over to what's more or less their kitchenette table, puts something together. He takes it to a barrel, dumps it in, and then throws in what looks like some kiln-looking oven, and brings back to you what looks like a flat piece of meat with a real gold crust over the top of it, with a knife and fork, and it looks like it's seasoned with some kind of white flaky substance. There you go. That'll get your energy up.
Thank you very much. And let me just say, I could probably drink you under the table had I the mind.
He kind of looks you over, and he's going to incite you on that. So,
Okay.
roll deception or persuasion, if based on what you think you're doing.
Yep, that is a 23.
23.
What the
What is
fuck?
his stats? One sec.
I've got +5 to persuasion and deception,
Yeah.
which is kind of why I've been like, can I like roll? And you're just like,
Yeah.
fuck.
You know what? I don't admit this, so don't go writing it. But you might just do that.
Trust me, it would be close though. And kind of winks towards him.
I know. As he shifts his eyes. No one else is listening on. As he gets back to hobbling over towards Dane and serving him another round.
I pull up next to Dane, like between Melissa and Dane, and also just after a beer.
No worries. Astra comes down, gets you a tankard, and just hands it over to you, like asking how your day was and what any news might be.
An eventful one for sure.
Really,
News-wise, yeah. I finally made it back up to the temple, only to find out that my boss went hunting for me, which is both endearing and devastating because now we've lost him.
Oh dear, that is just a shame. Look,
So now we've got a new hunt.
I'm sure it'll turn up. You know, things have a habit of turning up in Bilgewater, be they dead or alive. But at least they turn up.
Thankfully, I was alive.
I'm thankful you were alive too, dear. We were worried about you not coming in like you usually do.
That's a story for another time, I'm sure.
That it is. It's busy hour. I'll get back to you later.
Have a good one.
She kind of saunters off. The night goes on a bit, and Tyler eventually comes over to get another drink. Hey! How you lot doing? You really impressed the boss, by the way. Good job. As she like taps on the countertop, signaling for a drink. He was surprised, to be honest,
That we succeeded, or did we accept it?
that you survived. And as far as succeeding goes, he had more faith in the black powder anyway.
Sounds like an intelligent man putting his faith in science.
You know, I'm sure he'd like to touch base with you all, if you're willing.
Tonight?
Well, of course tonight. He's not going to meet you in broad daylight, is he?
Oh, I didn't know if you meant tomorrow night.
Well, as far as secrets go, he's got many.
And if you go spurting any of them, I'll be right inclined to cut your necks.
As would be just.
Well, just as well I had this coffee then. Looks like we're in for a long night.
Well, it's up to you. I can get you there, but if you want to see him or not, that's up to you. He hasn't gone summoning for you or anything.
Alice will start walking towards the door and be like, we going or not?
I'm keen.
I suppose we are now.
Not a problem. Tala just kind of like pushes herself up. One for the road, as she pulls the tankard off the countertop and starts walking out with it, taking a big swig as she goes. Is everyone coming?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yes.
Easy peasy. All right.
We've played too much D&D to know that you like just never split the party. Not in Bilgewater. Not in Bilgewater.
It's a good rule. It's a good rule to follow. Trust me. Alrighty. Tala guides you down to a rowboat, taking you around the coast, close to the bay, and eventually you guys come across this cave-like opening in the stones of the Serpent Isles. And as you turn this corner, you see lights coming from inside as you see a deck of a massive ship. Once again, the Dreadway is right in front of you. It's two massive cannons looming through the jaw-like opening at the front with its three masted sails and big hooked chains wreathing off the back deck. Pulls up, and once again, rope ladder flies over the side as you see many faces on top of the deck looking over at you as Tala is the first to grab on and pull herself up.
Malice will make note to go directly afterwards.
Not a problem. Everyone's coming up. Good
Given
stuff.
its proximity to shore, it's a wonder that Fortune's men haven't found their ship yet.
Well, I'll quickly remind you,
Oh.
Mallow, that they just left off, didn't they, earlier?
Exactly.
Oh, that was the playlist. Oopsie.
Oopsies.
Oopsies. Let's just get the proper one. Got it.
Just like get on board with like hardcore boss music. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
There we go. That's better.
Oi.
All right. As you all get pulled over the side of the deck, you see the crew looking on at you, kind of like more respectfully this time, as there's nods and like light jeers amongst them, as you see coming from the back end of the ship, two doors fly open, and you see this large woolen creature that you met last time. Captain on deck! As they all stand to attention. Aye, you lot again. Good job. As he comes up and slams his palm into your shoulder, Malu, as he looks on and gives you a nod. I didn't think you'd be back so fast. Now, let's debrief. Come into my room. As he starts walking back up towards his chambers.
I follow.
Well, yeah, we all
Good.
follow.
Tala, you're coming with as well. Aye, Captain. As she saunters after the rest of you as well. And the rest of them just kind of look on and then turn back to their activities. Sit down, the lot of you. As he pulls some chairs out and takes a seat at the front of this stingray-like table. Everyone takes a seat.
I sit.
Now, tell me how it went down. The Phantom's Ire, that is, you weak-hearted slugs.
Well,
Pushing through the city towards the Phantom's Eye, we noticed creatures of the harrowing roaming the streets. Ghosts of centuries past, apparitions and skeletons and all. Fighting
Right.
through what we needed to, we made it through, and then we found the source of everything that was happening that day. Commander Ledros, I believe he said his name.
Commander Ledros. You killed him where he stood, yes.
Naturally.
Good. There's one commander in Bilgewater, and that's gonna be I. As for you lot, you did a good job.
Here, as he throws 3 sacks of what sound like coins as they hit the table.
I'm not a good man, but I pay for a good job.
Milsra will not take her bag.
Yep. Haley reaches
Uh,
out and grabs hers too.
Each of you can add 25 gold krakens, or pieces in this case, to your inventories.
Okay, that was actually
Yay.
going to be one of my questions. Are gold coins equal to krakens? Yes.
Yes,
Okay,
yes,
sweet.
they are.
Yeah.
Yes, they are.
Okay, hold on. So, where do I add money in D&D Beyond?
In equipment,
Currency.
there's a currency tab. You just click that, and then it'll pull out. So equipment above your tabs, all
Uh-huh.
inventory achievement possessions to the top right. You'll see a currency.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Mm.
Okay.
And then just click
So
on
that was-
currency, and
sorry,
it'll pull out
How many gold coins for this?
25 gold pieces.
All right. So I'm just gonna say that I've got 30 because I spent quite a few today.
No worries.
30. Yeah, 31.
Your boy is no longer poor.
Yeah. Hey.
Now, to other business. Tarla seems to think you lot are worthy of another job. As
Is
some
that
of you
so?
might have caught on from our last chat, I'm not happy with the current way of things in this city. Sarah Fortune is the current top dog, yes. But I'm taking my place back soon. I want you lot to tell me if she makes any moves. I need to know what she's up to.
Hmm.
And then throw the cannons of this ship right at it.
Hmm.
And you're gonna help me. If you want. You did me one solid, so if you want to back out, this is your chance. I'll throw you over the side and you can swim to shore and think nothing more of it. You keep your mouth shut, we don't kill you. But if you want to maintain a relationship with me and the crew, now's your chance.
I cannot speak for my friends here. However, Captain Gangplank, you have always been one to respect the treaty. Unlike the current leadership, so you have my word.
That's the one of ya.
As he kind of looks over to you, Haley, and back to you, Melissa.
Haley sort of like she tries to she stands up, like she gets up and stands up at the edge of the table and puts both her hands down and looks at Gangplank and says, "Information is as information does, Captain. I will help you in exchange for information of my own.
Very well. What information does Captain Gangplank have that you would want? Before I make a deal, I want to know the fine print.
Haley looks at him and she goes, there are people going missing.
Missing. Ha! Missing people is your concern. Fine. I know
wasn't-
something
sir,
of this.
I wasn't finished. I would appreciate it if you kept your ear to the ground.
He steps up onto the table and walks over to you, looking down the entire time.
Yep.
What did you just say?
As he kneels down and gets uncomfortably close.
I meant if you could keep your eyes peeled and your ear to the ground for any information regarding these missing people, their whereabouts, their destinations, I will provide you with as much of the information that I can find on your
Right.
misfortune.
Well, I didn't know we had a professional here. Good.
As he kicks over a tankard and just kind of jeers one of his arms in the air.
Now the last year. Girl, what say you?
Kinda deep in thought, Melissa, still looking down, and just looks straight up to him and just simply says, okay, hold on, I need to think about the wording, hold on. Sorry.
No, this is good. Roleplay it, baby, roleplay it. Fuck yeah, grip it and rip it.
What? Some crew cut your tongue out? That's kind of my thing.
She'll quite confidently say, the past has had its effect. We are now in a new future. This future's not looking very good for the people of this land, but they're not necessarily my issue. I will help you, yes.
Good. Spoken like a mainlander, sure, but I'll take your word.
Can I just
No.
say this? Sorry to interrupt. My interest is beyond Bilgewater. The harrowing is what I have interest with, and she will allow scales to show across one arm.
Ooh.
There's many types in my crew. While you're different, you'll blend in here. Now, as far as your goals. First I take back this city. Then the Shadow Isles can get decimated by the cannons of our settlers. But the Buru have the say on it. Are we understood?
Melissa will nod and simply just chuckle to herself.
Good.
Not maliciously, for the record.
Now, your missing people problem. Understand this. The trade of people is just a trade like any other. It's not something I give much of a care about. But if you're to help me in this venture, I'll point you in the right direction.
My thanks.
It's one of me old crewmates. His name was Jack. He's a depth spawn. Fishy bastard. He was always a good fighter. Got into the underground, made a name for himself. After sauntering around my deck for a while. Anyway, he's got his own crew now. But there's an important thing you should know about Jack. He goes by Jack the Winner. If you want to meet him, you'll have to participate in these underground events. Other than that, he won't put his head above surface. Just like the sea spawn he is.
Noted. We shall pay this place a visit.
If it were up to me, I'd put a blind eye to what he's up to. But we find ourselves involved.
So do the soldiers of fortune.
The attention.
All right.
All right.
Tala! Give them all a hook.
As you see Tala get off her chair and move over to one of the cabinets of this cabin, she pulls down what look like dense, what might be fishing hooks at a distance, but you see them to be more like emblems as she hands them out to each of you.
You meet anyone in my fold, show them that. But other than that, I wouldn't go parading those. Understood?
Understood. Haley just throws him a little salute.
Good. Now, you might be new around here, but I gotta keep appearances up. Get off my ship!
Haley gets off the boat.
Good. Atala kind of shuffles out with you, and the Captain Gangplank kind of slowly steps out and watches or sees you off. This time round, as his crew looks on. Can I get a perception check from everyone?
Roger, roger.
19.
19.
Oh, that is a net one, baby.
Yep. You're looking at the bottom of the boat.
We've got a professional here, I swear.
I seem to be on the boat.
Could somebody please roll for me and just add 3? Thank you.
I'll let Hellcat do that, because I can't trust my fucking dice.
That's a 12 for you, Lloyd.
12 plus 3 is 15.
No.
Or you plus the 3. Okay. The 19, Melissa, as you look back up to the crew, looking down at you guys in this boat, you see Saltwater Scourge with a big grin on his face as you guys push off and start rowing back to the coast.
I can't help but feel we've made a mistake.
In what way?
He's just very big and very scary.
I think you've had too much time with your toys. With like a playful grin.
This is everything I was after. This is... The leads are all coming together.
I suppose you did find Jack's boat, Malu. Some things are starting to make sense why you came up and the others didn't. Yeah, Haley's sort of sitting on the boat, tapping her lip, like.
Melis on the boat ride back is back to writing the notebook. You guys can make checks if you wish to try and see what I'm
Yeah, I think Haley's gonna try and look over her shoulder just to see what she's writing. What kind of check would that be? Just investigation?
writing. Your perception.
Perception check to see if you notice what she's up to. Investigation where if you are interacting with it.
For the record, out
That's
of
a
character,
19.
IRL, a massive smile. What languages do you know?
Common, Giant, Gnomish, and Leonin. Whatever the Higgity.
Ionian?
Ionian?
Like, that's a question mark. Like, what are they specifically?
I don't know. I can't remember what Angus has set the languages to.
Is it-
That was a 19, by the way.
Yeah, I know.
Common and Buru.
Common and Burrow.
If you do know Elvish, which equals Ionian, you
Yeah.
might be able to notice a couple of the lines, but it's intertwined with a couple different languages. A couple you
Okay.
won't notice.
Okay. That's fine.
With that, yeah, like there's some familiar characters, but
Yeah.
the rest of it is like illegible. Pardon me.
I hope you're writing nice things about me, Malice.
Oh, don't worry, I'm not up to you yet, Haley.
Gracious.
You guys make it safely back to the bay. A couple of fish try to wrestle your oar from you, but you fought them off. With that, it's quite late at this point.
Yeah. Alright, I guess we totter our way back to the,
Once again, now
Yeah.
it's time for bed.
All good. You guys head back to the Brazen Hydra, I take it? And
Yep.
Are you taking now for a long rest?
Yes?
Sure.
Melis will opt for a short rest and focus writing in her book.
If you don't long rest tonight, you will take a point of exhaustion for each day that you don't long rest.
Okay, she is long resting.
All good.
Smart.
Malu would want to take an investigation, see if you can see any more footprints and stuff in this room before. passing.
Yeah, sure.
Actually, yeah, that's not a bad idea. I think Haley's gonna do the same thing. Like, just quick check over after she cleans her tools.
Not a problem. You guys go upstairs. Malu, as you move into your room, doesn't look like there's any watery footprints or anything sitting around here. Everything seems to be in order, more or less. Like nothing's changed.
Hmm.
Did you get that, man? Or
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
cool. Haley, you're checking out your room as well?
Yep.
All good. Let's make a quick investigation check for me.
Investigation. Excellent.
Yeah.
That's an 8.
8.
Yeah.
You look around your room. Everything seems to be in order. Like nothing's really moved or out of place since the last time you were here.
Can I just deliberately check the place in the door where the card was left last time? Just because, like,
Yeah,
something
yeah,
was left there before?
Like you're smart enough to give that a
Yeah.
look, and no, it doesn't appear that anything else is in here.
Alright. Okay, and then she cleans her tools. And goes the fuck to bed.
No
You
worries.
used the oil you purchased this morning.
Yeah, and immediately regrets it. Like, really bad. It does not smell good.
Stinky.
Stinky.
Melissa, what are you up to?
Any time that is not included in the long rest, she will focus on her book for the time being.
Make a investigation check.
That is a 19.
19. As you kind of open your book back up and you're about to flick through the pages, you see on the first page where you wrote, is that you? Is that correct? Or
That is correct.
Yeah.
Is that you?
You see written in Draconic, Zakain Tem. Find. And I'll send you the spelling of that.
Okay, thank you. I was gonna ask what that was. Fuck.
Holy shit.
And that's where we're going to end today's session. With the music.
That
Nice.
timing was so good, man. That's clean as fuck. Great fucking session, Angus. You're like you put the amount of work you put into this campaign for us. I can't thank you enough, man. Honestly.
You guys appreciate it, so it makes
Yeah.
it worth it. Like, you're welcome.
So what was there in there? There was a Scot. Tyler's Scottish. Got the Kiwi in the docks. Then
Yes, so many accents.
And
Oh
then
my God.
Sugar and Crab.
Sugar and
Sugar and
Sugar! Oh, sugar!
Oh,
What did they say, Crab?
I'm not gonna lie, I tried so hard to prompt a persuasion or a deception check there, and it just did not happen.
it's alright, Hellcat. It just turns out you have to be Haley and just sweeten the deal. It's gonna
You
sweeten the
paid twice
deal.
the amount of the original number.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did. He initiated with 1 gold kraken.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
You
no.
did.
I mean, to be fair, I was adding that into the cost of like the thing that I was already prepaying him for.
Sugar is best businessman. Stonks.
Stonks. I'm gonna have to draw that now. Thank you.
If you need a source image of Shugu and the crab, I can. I can send you that.
Yes, please. I think I do need to do that. Also,
I
to those
can
of you,
send that.
also to those of you watching in the chat, I do take commissions. Hit me up on Twitch or come in through the Discord that way. I do all sorts of fun D&D stuff. So, if you want some art done, let me know, and we can go from there.
Not a problem.
All right.
All good. A little bit short today because you've got stuff to do, boys. We'll be back same time
That's
next
okay.
week.
Same bat time, same bat channel.
Expect a bit more action. I know today was real roleplay heavy, but I kind of wanted to open the world up for everyone's feelers. Let them
Well, you are.
have a muck around.
Yeah.
all three leads got explored, and all 3 leads have got continuations to go to. So it's great.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought, it's important to show off like the world
Yeah,
for what it really is outside of all the combat and action.
Yeah.
But
100%.
yeah, all right, guys. Stream-wise, I'm gonna jump off,
All right.
move to another channel to debrief. But thanks everyone that came and joined. If you're checking out the VOD, like amazing, you listened this far. But yeah, we'll be back at 4 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time for me.
Which is 7
if
p.m.
you-
for New Zealand time, which is Hellcat myself.
7 in the morning. Be a boy.
Oh yeah, thanks for waking
in
up, boy.
GMT.
Yeah.
Appreciate
No,
appreciate
it's
it.
what it needs.
All right, catch you guys a bit later.
And with that, good night, everybody. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. Good night.